read a poem called Meridian Response, inspired by ASMR videos.
Tweezers aren't as sharp as shears, but they're great for scalp removals. Steadying myself between the grip while the person on the other side of the screen gives me medical advice. Scrubbing the creases from my brain, the sponge wasn't working, so I got out the forceps.
In a world with a dying ocean, both dying and unexplored, I was in a larger version of my childhood home, sitting by the mirror, silently telling myself the story of my mind.
Poking and picking and prodding, coaxing slime out of my cerebrum, untwisting my cochlea with a corkscrew, penetrating my eardrum with a rusty spoon, piercing my lobes with cotton swabs, lacing them up again with zippers. I did all of this in a 3-hour lecture while the girl sat behind me braided my hair.
My visual displays are often watercolored, my dialogue as sparse as westerns, but the branches of these scenes droop with the weight of the known and the unsaid, like Bronx late work, like stillness in the air outside.
When I got home, I ran into my roommate and her boyfriend playing telephone with seashells. They retreated inside each other, taking turns whispering inaudibly into the other's breath. Later that night, I watched them emerge again. They danced like wind chimes out the door.
I knew that outside there were randomly generated borders intended to lower the birth rate. I knew that outside my friends were starting businesses and aging at remarkable speeds. I knew that if I went outside, I couldn't tell anyone that I knew I was dreaming, or everything would turn to fire.
For dinner, I took a handful of Legos and sautéed them with garlic. I ate in the bathtub, accompanied only by the scratching of stainless steel on porcelain and the faint hum of ambiance. I washed it down with vinegar from a miniature plastic cup.
A childhood dream, a fever dream, my annual dream set on Christmas Eve at the start of spring, a long one out in the Scottish Highlands where a sommelier insults me just to sample my tears. That night I had cut my hair into a short male style, but because I believed it would help me focus on my writing. It didn't, and the world was still impossible. I typed out questions on the plane.
On the window seat of my long-haul flight, I'm peeking through the edges of chairs to watch the quiet man in front of me type out his list of questions. Would you recommend this product to a friend? Is this temperature good for you? Are you feeling better now, or do you need it cooler? Yes and no, I think. I feel like I'm approaching something despite knowing the plane will never land.
I watched the minute hand running towards me through the wrong side of the mirror, daring me to give myself away. I watched my dreams kaleidoscope and morph into each other, the ocean now a pool of water ruined by my paint.
Imaginary roommate does my makeup. Imaginary boyfriend comforts me. Imaginary personal assistant plans the day that waits for me, smiles and scribbles down some notes that I can't stay awake to see.
One time, I woke up to find eyes peering through the window. I tried to yell, but when I opened my mouth, a tumbleweed fell out. I returned to the mirror and saw more tumbleweeds lodged between my teeth. I scrambled through the bathroom drawer and pulled out my tweezers.